Welcome back to the FlipNerd.com REI Classroom, where experts from across the real estate investing industry teach you quick lessons to take your business to the next level. And now, let's meet today's expert host.
Hi everyone, Patrick Donohoe here. I am the president and CEO of Paradigm Life. We are a financial advisory out of Salt Lake City, Utah. You can learn more about our company at www.paradigmlife.net. We love real estate. We don't like Wall Street. And so therefore today I'm going to be talking about just some ideas when it comes to rental property.
If you're an active real estate investor already doing deals and looking to double or triple your business, you should consider joining the Investor Fuel Real Estate Investor Mastermind. We're a small group of investors that share our best practices, tips, and tricks with one another in an effort to all win. We limit our membership to only 1 to 2 members per market, so everyone shares their knowledge, tips, and tricks openly and honestly. Our members include some buying 1 to 2 houses a month, up to some of the most respected investors and leaders in the real estate investing industry, some of which have personally done over 1,000 deals. If you'd like to be considered for our invitation-only world-class mastermind, please visit investorfuel.com to request your personal invitation. Our next meeting is coming up quickly. Go to investorfuel.com now to learn more.
It's ideas that I've done personally, and it's also some ideas that I've seen a lot of clients do, because really when you have a small amount of capital, the question becomes, well, do I save more and do another property, or can I put that money to work and essentially improve the property and increase a return of an existing property? Okay, so let me give you some examples. So first off, the value add concept is really big with development and big kind of syndicated deals where they'll go in, buy an underperforming property, and then they'll add a new roof, and they'll add washers and dryers, and they'll add a parking lot, or they'll add a playground or something like that, which will enable the big commercial property guy to increase the value and obviously increase rents, which would then increase value. So you can actually do that on smaller properties. The same type of idea. So what it is basically you take a look at the existing property that you have and see ways in which you can improve it to be able to increase rents. Now, you don't want to just guess. You want to do some due diligence around this, because I've seen a lot of people go in and put a new kitchen with nice countertops and appliances and really didn't increase rent that much. You really want to look at the market that you're in, and so most real estate investors will have a good agent that's local there, and they can do kind of rent comparables, and you can kind of look at where what type of rents are being requested, and the higher ones, what type of characteristics does the home have, and really look at that. Now it could be landscaping, it could be appliances, it could be remodeling a kitchen, it could be a backyard kind of a cleanup, it could be putting a privacy fence. And there's a lot of different ways in which you can improve a property to be able to increase rents. And so I mean those are some normal ones. New carpet, paint, those are the obvious ones. But I would always be looking and keeping a grasp or a pulse on the rental market in that specific neighborhood, and always look at, okay, if there are bumps, why are there bumps, and what type of characteristics do those properties have that yours don't, and then go about trying to put $1,000 here or $1,200 there or $5,000 there. It really depends, because if you could put in let's say it's a new kitchen and landscaping for $20,000, okay, it might seem like a lot, but if you can increase your rents by $300 a month or $500 a month, that's a really good return on that $20,000. And you can even start with $10,000 or $5,000. I remember a long time ago, I put in a new privacy fence and landscaped the backyard of a duplex that I have, an up and down duplex. The upper has a backyard, and I was able to increase rents by $250, and it was a $10,000 investment. So it's really looking at ways in which you can deploy capital that you do have, not into necessarily a new property, but into an existing property that you have in order to increase rents. A few other things too, and this is these are kind of out of they're it may sound like weird ideas, but I've seen this recently, especially with kind of the demographic shifts that are taking place. So you look at whether it's a lot that you have or whether it's a property that could fit more property on it, or even it could even be like a personal residence where you have a lot of land. So there are these things called there's some tiny home shows and kind of the modular home shows. You have these things called granny pods now. So if you look at really assisted living and long-term care expenses for the aging population, it's crazy how much it is. Just to provide that type of care. So there are these companies that have come out and they're creating, not just the granny pods, but they're creating other kind of little 500, 600 square foot homes really that people are living in. So it's the minimalist idea. But the granny pod, right? And not that I'm advocating granny pods. I've just seen, I love looking at demographic shifts and how trends change, and really looking at families being able to afford care for their aging parents or family, right? The only solution is really, put them into a home. So granny pods is essentially, it's like, I think they're between $75,000, $100,000. But if you have a decent sized property, these are basically pre-done. Fully, you can customize them. You can put like webcams in there. You can put like pill dispensers, and it's basically built for an older individual. And you can even do that, with properties that may be somewhat flexible with zoning, and have a few of those on there as your own kind of little assisted living facility. But also these tiny homes and really the modular idea, not mobile homes, right? But the modular idea where you can basically have housing for a student or someone else. That's, again, improving the value of an existing property. And then the last thing is this idea of whether it's VRBO or Airbnb, which has been huge. Right, these are ways in which you can be in like a California market or a New York City market where, on a normal long-term rental, the rent to values are terrible. You never want to buy there for that type of strategy. But what I've seen, I have some friends that are in Southern California, and they basically bought a lot of property. And if there was long-term rental, it wouldn't make any sense. But they've been using Airbnb and VRBO, and they're getting 30, 40, 50% returns because these properties are always booked. Now, there is more maintenance, there's more cost associated with this. You need to know what you're doing there. But really looking at converting an existing property that may not be cash flowing that well into one of these like short-term type of rentals using Airbnb, VRBO, and there's a lot of other companies that are up and coming too. It's going to require some money, maybe 10 grand, 25,000, 50,000 to outfit the property with furniture and amenities and so forth that make it desirable for those that are on those apps and services to rent out your property. So anyway, that's a few ideas in which you can take an existing property and improve it And I appreciate you guys being on today. Thanks for listening to me. Again, you can learn more about my company and the financial strategies that we use at www.paradigmlife.net.
If you're an active real estate investor already doing deals and looking to double or triple your business, you should consider joining the Investor Fuel Real Estate Investor Mastermind. We're a small group of investors that share our best practices, tips, and tricks with one another in an effort to all win. Real estate investing can be a lonely business for successful real estate investors, but it doesn't have to be. Investor Fuel members meet 4 times a year, but we talk to each other 365 days a year, and we focus on improving the profitability of our businesses, improving the quality of our lives. That's why we do this, right? And making an impact on those around us so we can truly leave a legacy. We limit our membership to only 1 to 2 members per market, so everyone shares their knowledge, tips, and tricks openly and honestly. Our members include some buying 1 to 2 houses a month, up to some of the most respected investors and leaders in the real estate investing industry, some of which have personally done over 1,000 deals. If you'd like to be considered for our invitation-only world-class mastermind, please visit investorfuel.com to request your personal invitation. Our next meeting is coming up quickly. Go to investorfuel.com now to learn more. Please note, the views and opinions expressed by the individuals in this program do not necessarily reflect those of flipnerd.com or any of its partners, advertisers, or affiliates. Please consult professionals before making any investment or tax decisions, as real estate investing can be risky. Are you a member yet of flipnerd.com, the hottest real estate investing social community online? If not, you can join for free in less than 30 seconds and get access to hundreds of off-market deals, vendors in your market to help you in your business. And you can start networking with thousands of other investors just like you. Get your free account now at flipnerd.com. Please check out the Flip Nerd family of real estate investing shows, where you can access hundreds of expert interviews, quick tips, and lessons from leaders across the real estate investing industry. They're available at flipnerd.com/shows, or simply search for Flip Nerd in the iTunes store.